What's good, guys? So I think it's been about 2 weeks, I think maybe 3 weeks since I made my last video. Since then, I've been doing a lot of thinking about Western Express, about driving, being a truck driver, and what my plans are, what I want to do next. Right now, I'm in Jersey City, waiting for it empty. Just chilling right here. Been waiting here for like an hour or so, but I've been doing a lot of thinking, and 2020 and the way things are going right now, the way the trucking industry is going right now, and like I always say in all my videos, take everything I say with a grain of salt. You know, I don't have a ton of experience, but I do pick up things quickly. I learn quickly, and you know, I take advantage of the information that I get. So right now, if you guys haven't watched my old videos, I'm currently a Western Express driver. I've been driving for like 4 months now, and it's been good. You know, it's been solid. It's definitely a learning experience, and you know, I wouldn't take it back simply because of the learning experience aspect. The money's been good, but I don't know if you guys have the same mentality as me. You know, I'm a go-getter type of individual. Like, I'm not an employee mindset type of person. You know, I was never comfortable staying at, working at a place for any more than like 2-3 months. I get really bored. I get antsy, and I start to move around, and I want to, grow and learn, and that's just who I am as a person. So, I was never able to stick around somewhere. So, I think the focus on this video is going to be about, if you're not already in truck driving and you're looking to get into trucking, is it worth it in 2020? Is it worth it? Because considering you got to get, $5,000 or whatever it costs for you to go to school, you got to, get your license, you got to go through the whole hassle of waiting, getting your permit, all that stress, and just, is it worth it dealing with the mega carriers and all this other nonsense? And if you want my honest opinion, with all things considered, I would say no. But that's a very simple answer. I think it's a lot more complicated than that. I think that you need to consider what type of person you are and what things you want out of life. So, for example, if you're a family man, you got a family, you got kids, you love being at home, you're just like you're somebody who enjoys being at home. To be honest, truck driving is not going to be for you, because you're going a lot from home, you're spending a lot of time working. It's not a very home-friendly type of career, family-friendly type of career. I enjoy working. When I do work, I want to work 100 miles per hour. What I mean by that is, like, for example, if I work during the week, I want to be working the entire week. I don't want to get home at all, because that second I get that taste of home, I want to stay home. So that's why I like truck driving, because I work during the whole week, and then I go home Friday, and I pretty much get to relax. And I don't want to work 8 hours a day, get that taste of home, sleep in your own bed, home cooked meals, and then have to be like, oh, I got to go back to work tomorrow again. And then I never enjoyed dipping into your home life and dipping back into work life and going back and forth, because it makes you hate one or the other. To me, I like the fact that I could just stay out the whole week, and then when I'm ready to come home, I come home and I'm there for a couple days. So it depends on what type of person you are, but it also depends on where you want to go in life, because truck drive, there's a lot of careers that you can get into that'll be better than truck driving, if you're like an employee, like have employee mindset. I think if you have employee mindset, I don't like trucking as a career. Being an employee as a truck driver is just really not the way they do these truck drivers, and nowadays is just, they do the truck drivers so dirty. And if you're asking me, don't even get involved with it, because it's just such it's a giant scheme. It's a giant scam. And I don't want to say that to any disrespect to anybody having a good time driving as a truck driver. But in my opinion, if you look at like the money, if you saw what the customer was paying the carrier, and then what you're getting paid, and all the people in between, you're like, man, I don't even want to do all this. Because by the time that money reaches you, so many people had put their hands in it, and it's not an honest career, in my opinion. There's a lot of real nasty, shady, sketchy, lying, greedy people involved in this industry and every industry. So as a company guy, as an employee type individual, my opinion, like I said, take everything I said with a grain of salt. My opinion is I don't think it's a good career. But let me backtrack and say I do think it's a good career. That's if you become an owner-operator. I'm not talking about owner-operator leasing, because then you're still dealing with another carrier. You're dealing with leasing to this company, and they're taking some of your money, or they're saying you get a percentage of this, and you ain't no better. You're a glorified company driver. No offense to anybody that's watching this video. That's just my opinion. Like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt. They seem to me to be glorified truck drivers, or glorified company drivers. I think the real way to get ahead in this business is to take out every middleman you can and get straight to the bag, get straight to the customer. For example, I wish I knew this guy's channel right off the top of my head, because I will definitely put it in the link. I forget what it is, but he doesn't really have a lot of emotion. He's not really entertaining, but he's very, very, very informational. He pretty much essentially is saying, like, for example, I can go to Amazon, or, let's say so-and-so shipping or whatever. They have trailers, but they don't have trucks. So all they do is fill up their trailers and have a bunch of trailers sitting on their lots, and they hire outside carriers to haul their freight. So you can pretty much work one of these companies, say, hey, how much for this lane? How much would you give me for this lane to transport this trailer with a load to this destination, bring it back to empty, and do another load? How much would you pay me for those lanes? And you could say, hey, we'll pay you $1,000 to do that. You could do 2 of those a day or whatever. And now you got a consistent lane set up. You don't have brokers. You don't have all these middlemen that take a piece of that pie, and then by the time you get it, it's nothing but crumbs. It's just you and the customer. So if you can manage to buy a truck, get your insurance, get your own authority, get your DOT, get all that stuff set up, but at the same time, you got a list of individuals, or a list of a list of customers who have the trailers, have their own trailers, have their own product. They just need drivers. You're in business. Call them and set something up. Set up a lane. Be like, hey, that's at least my plan. And based off of what a lot of the research I've been doing, is you can set up a lane with a lot of these customers where you don't need brokers. Don't you think the customer would like to spend a little bit less money paying you and the broker and this person and that person? They could spend a little bit less money by paying you directly and cutting out all the middlemen. The middleman is in the way. It's nothing but a waste of time for the customer and a waste of time for you. If you could get in touch with them and they want to work with you, that's money in the bag right there, man. So that's my plan. I've been just sitting here. I've been thinking, like, I like driving and everything, but sitting here, I'm like, man, I could be so much more efficient than what I am right now. I got my DM, then the DM supervisor, then dispatch, then planners, then this person, that person, this person, that. There's like 20 different people, and I just want to talk to the customer. And at the end of the day, it's just not as efficient as it could be. And I'm not saying that I could run things better than a carrier, but if this was my truck, I would have things set up a certain type of way. And I think that I can be more effective and more efficient doing it with me and my truck than somebody could as me, with me as a company driver. And I think I'd make a lot more money, a lot less hassle, a lot less people to answer to. So, in 2020 and Do you think that you should be a truck driver, a company driver? That's up to you. Try it out, whatever. I don't recommend it because you're going to be 2-3 years in and then finally realize, man, these people is nickel and diming me, man. And, you know, you can ask any truck driver that's been driving for 30, 40 years, they're going to tell you the same thing. The industry is not like it used to be. The cost of living is going up, but the cost, you know, what you're getting paid for running these loads is not going up, and you're not getting paid no more. And this used to be a good paying job. So you want to make it in this industry, you got to, you know, take the industry by the balls and, you know, get your truck. I wouldn't even get a trailer. I mean, at least you could do it anyway. There's so many different ways to make money in the industry. Me, I'm going to get me a truck. I'm going to get me my bobtail insurance. I'm going to call Amazon. I'm going to call Walmart. I'm going to call any company that I can think of to have either private fleets or have their own trailers. Just maybe they don't have their trucks. They just stock the trailers. You run their trailers. You transport their trailers between warehouses, and that's all you do. They got plenty of freight. I know Amazon is probably begging for drivers right now because everybody and their mom is buying something off Amazon. On top of the pandemic, you got this pandemic is got people in the house order stuff all over the place. So, I mean, I look around on the roads and I see, you know, if you see Schneider or this so-and-so company truck, but then the trailer is a different trailer, you're like, why is that company, you know, carrying that company's trailer and truck and the combination isn't there? I look at that and I just remember what trailer they got. I'm like, I'm gonna call them because obviously they work with different carriers. I call them and say, yo, you guys got any lanes set up for me? You know, I'm an owner operator. I'm trying to make some money. Like, what lanes you guys got available? Oh, we got so-and-so. We'll pay you $700 to run this from this location to that location. How many can I do a day? 3. Boom, lane set up. Now I can go buy 3, 4, 5 trucks, get some drivers in there. Now I got a consistent lane and money coming in. Now I don't got to worry about a carrier. I don't got to worry about a broker. I'm working with me and the customer. So building those customer relations. But if you're not really into that, then and you just want to do trucking, then and more power to you. Just my personal opinion is I'm not gonna mess around with it, you know, for too much longer. Just because it's definitely. I don't want to use the word scam. Scam is definitely a harsh word, but they take advantage of you a lot, and a lot of truck drivers are getting out of this industry because it's just about that time. So if you like this video, leave me a like, leave me a comment. I'm gonna start working on some thumbnails, work on some intros and outros, make the videos a little bit more entertaining for you guys, and let me know what you want to see. Like in the comments, let me know what questions you guys have, or what you want me to make a video from, because you know, I start running out of ideas, I lose motivation. So let me know, guys. Thanks for watching.